Everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul Nguma, founder of PATTERNOLOGY LAB. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with y'all the top 2 stocks that all of you should be keeping in your watches for tomorrow. And I'm also going to be answering some of you guys' questions for those of y'all who dropped those in the comment section of the video, of last night's video as well. And I'm also going to be sharing with y'all exactly how our very first day of the private Discord went right after the intro. All right, Charlie. Again, before we begin, do not forget to annihilate the like button for the YouTube algorithm as always. All right, so let's begin right off the bat. The market again for all of you who watched yesterday's video, I told you guys that I wanted to see a retest of 4180, maybe 4170 before we see the stock do a dead cat bounce. It didn't quite get up here; it just went flat, kind of formed this little trend right there. And as soon as it broke down today, it was time to short. So congrats to anybody who actually saw this and were shorting. Where is this thing going to go? I think we have a little bit of room to the downside, but there will be a dip buying opportunity coming up very, very soon. A move towards like 4,000, maybe 3880 will be nice before we see some type of push to the upside. But as of right now, things are not looking too good for the SPY. Things are not looking too good for the Dow, and things are not looking too good for tech. All right, so that's my very honest opinion of the overall market. Now, the first stock that all of you should be keeping in your watch list for tomorrow, that stock is NUE. All right, and NUE went parabolic. For all of you who were watching the video, who participated in this trade and make money, once again, congratulations. But right now, this one is showing signs of weakness, and it looks like it wants to pay the shorts. All right, it looks like it has room to come down. I definitely think that it can go all the way down towards this region right here, towards between $93 and $90, before we see some type of bounce, before we see this thing rebound like this and then do whatever it does. After that, I have no clue. But for the very short term, I'm not bullish. I don't think this is a great dip buy, and I do think that it's going to go lower. So you can play this thing in 2 different ways. First, if it opens up at the same price, you can definitely short it down and then cover for a day trade. Or you can wait for it to bottom out and then try to buy that dip and ride that move on the way back up to towards like the retest of 100,000. Again, there's different ways to approach this. I'm just providing my very honest opinion of this one, and manage your risk as always. Now, the other stock that all of you should be watching, keeping in your watches for tomorrow, that stock is TSLA, Tesla. All right, and Tesla has been downtrending for a while. Like throughout the past 3 days, it's just been getting crushed, and it showed a very nice dead cat bounce right over here. Right, it fell to hold, and now it looks like it wants to head all the way down towards this region right here, towards the $540 level and maybe $550 level before we see some type of bounce. If you dip bought Tesla, be very, very careful. Again, you could be right and I could be wrong, but the way the market is looking right now, I think it would be ideal if we see like another drop, like a really, really ferocious drop, before we see a really, really ferocious rebound. All right, so this one again, you can approach it in 2 different ways. I think it's gonna collapse first before we see that rebound at 540, 550-ish. All right, so that's my very honest opinion on these 2 stocks. Now let's talk about some of you guys' stocks of interest for those of y'all who dropped those. All right, the first one that we're going to cover, that stock is Plug, and Plug had a monster day. It had a monster day on Friday. Those contracts were up by a lot, and right now it's giving up its gains. The one thing that I really like about Plug is that is the bullish engulfing candle, right? The bullish engulfing candle, kind of like what Palantir is showing on the chart. It's there, all right, and it is clean. And I gave y'all option number 1 on Palantir. I told you option number 1 is we go straight up here, right? Which obviously didn't happen because the market was very, very bearish. or option number two, which is to drop over here and go all the way over here back up. All right, so right now it looks like we're doing option number two, and I wouldn't be surprised to see plug go down a bit lower towards like the $20 level before we see some type of a rebound. All right, overall it's been crushed. This thing has been demolished, and right now it's just playing this silly game where it goes up and down and tricks everybody and traps everyone, right? But again, be very patient, manage your risk. These are my honest opinions. I think it can go down just a little bit more, and like I said, there could be a dip buying opportunity tomorrow, so just keep your eyes out for that. The next one that we're going to be talking about in this video, that stock is Fastly. Somebody asked about Fastly. I shared this one with y'all actually yesterday, and it didn't do quite well, unfortunately. And I told y'all in yesterday's video that I was holding this one as well. I told you that I was accumulating in here. All right, if you look at the Robinhood account, I started buying calls at 922. Two calls for $216, another call for $208, and another call for $233. Right? So the entire cost of this thing was around $600, and I ended up taking a nearly 100, a little bit over $100 loss over both of them. I sold all of the contracts for nearly $500, and the reason why I sold it at 9 and at 927 was because the stock didn't do what we wanted it to do. My expectations for the stock was for it to open up higher. Again, follow the SPY with that gap bounce where it goes all the way to 48 so that I can get rid of it, right, before we go down. But instead, the stock actually went downward here. It's trying to bounce off of a previous level of supports. It really did. And then it got tired up there, and then it started to tank, and I didn't like that. So that's when I started selling all of my calls and just cutting losses and letting everybody else in the Discord know that, hey, I am getting rid of Fastly now before suffering a major loss. Like, those contracts went to probably nothing. Like, all of the value from these contracts got destroyed by the delta and also got destroyed by the theta, because we went like 1 day past, and when 1 day passed, you gotta subtract the theta from the value of the contracts and also the dollar value as it goes down by every dollar. Again, this is not what you want to do when a stock is not behaving. I always tell y'all on this channel, when a stock is not doing what you want, get rid of it. Holding and hoping and wishing and praying that it goes up is not what you want to do, and it's not what we do here. So yeah, everybody in the Discord definitely cut losses quickly, and we focused on things that were actually like better, aka short selling, because the entire market was bearish, which we will get to that in a moment. The other stock that I wanted to share with y'all is this one. We traded this one, CME, and the reason why we traded it is because of this very bullish thing right over here, right? Broke out nicely. This one actually performed to perfection. I liked it a lot, and some of our members actually were able to get in immediately at the open and then sell some right over here because I told them to sell. And if you go over here to the Robinhood account again, we can see that I bought 3 calls right on the 11 on 1050, right? And the reason why I bought it is because obviously it was running up and I like that, so I started accumulating calls, and then I bought another 2 calls right here at 10:53, 3 minutes later, and then I bought another set of 5 calls over here, and I started selling at 923. 923 was right over here, right at the top. And again, every time I sell, I let everybody know that, hey, I'm selling, and the reason why I'm selling is because the market was not doing what we wanted it to do. It was looking very iffy. I knew it was gonna tank. And again, I always tell y'all, when you went in and you know that the market is gonna collapse, it's okay to get rid of it and then get back in at the lows. This one, it went to the low, all right? It gave another buying opportunity over here. I thought it was actually going to go lower and then maybe go back. Either way, it was going to end up at the same point because the pattern is overall is just looking so good, right? But again, it just ended up at the same exact spot. So I'm very bullish on this one as well. I think it can keep going higher. I don't think it's going to collapse as much as the market would. If it does, all right. If it does, it's probably gonna open at like 211 and then run up to where it was, then probably just keep going higher. So yeah, that's my very honest opinion on the stock. Again, that is how yeah, so over here again, I sold three contracts for $1,260, and then I sold another two for $740 3 minutes later. So that was for that trade. Now in regards to the private discords, the private discord was really fun. Like it really was. I didn't think it could be so fun. It was a pleasure working with some of y'all who are joining in the Discord. Again, as I told y'all, every time I see a play, I alert everybody. The plays that we made the most money on was HT. HT was looking very weak up there, and again, everybody started buying puts. If you go on here to the profit section, that way y'all can see today was just a phenomenal day. We got somebody over here making $100, and then we got, let me just scroll down some more over here. Somebody else making 45, somebody else making 139, and somebody else pretty much making $300. And again, it goes on and on, $240, and somebody else made 800 on shorting HD. Again, all of these plays were debriefed in a very between 8 and 8:30 before the market even opened, right? Somebody else made 925. Overall, just a very solid day, all right? And they pretty much covered their entire cost of entry on the very first day, and it was just phenomenal. It's fun, and yeah. So for all of y'all who are interested in joining the Discord, again, the link is always in the very first link in the description of the video below. For all of you who haven't joined yet, feel free to join that as well. And that is the end of the video. Again, do not forget to destroy the like button for the YouTube algorithm. As always, it helps the channel a lot and it allows more people to get this knowledge as well. Also, if you are new to the channel, definitely click on subscribe and click on the notification bell along with all notifications. That way you don't miss out on future uploads. If you're not following us on social media, you can find me at Paul Nguma and at PATTERNOLOGY LAB on Instagram and on Twitter. And lastly, if all of this is brand new to you, if you're interested in getting started in the stock market, I left some very simple step-by-step directions in the description of the video below. Step 1 to step 3. It only takes about 15 minutes or less for you to get signed up with all the tools you need to start trading immediately. You can also get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,850 right after you sign up with Webull using the very first link in the description below. And if you're interested in knowing exactly when I buy contracts, what contracts I buy, where is the price target, where is the stop loss, when I'm getting out, why I'm getting out, again, all of that, you can have access to it through the private Discord as the very first link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Nguma with PATTERNOLOGY LAB, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in the next video, alright? Enjoy the outro.